The Monsterverse is back and it's come back swinging. With the new Godzilla and Kong movie out, there's a whole lot of glorious, powerful monsters to go watch on the big screen. And today we're going to take a look at all the monsters, take a look at every titan within the Monsterverse, and rank them off from weakest to strongest. And just the titans, so just the big boys here. So let's get to it. What's up guys, this is DanCo. I do fight breakdowns, power ranking videos, or more deep dives into your favorite characters and franchises, with new videos every week. So if that seems great to you, well, sit back and enjoy the video. Hit that like button if you want to, or hit the subscribe button while you're at it. Endopeds are the adult form of the monster Endoswarmers. Basically, they're like a giant titan millipede. And as babies, well, they're really not much, even though they can outnumber you and overwhelm you. But they're definitely bigger and scarier as adults. Still make the bottom of this list though. We don't know a whole lot about Doug. His name was literally just made up, because we don't even know what species he is. But we do know that he likes a good meal, and is so brave that he isn't even above trying to steal food straight out of Kong's hand. The Mantleclaw is an enormous crab monster that lives on Skull Island, complete with 6 legs, muscular arms, and powerful pincers. They're also skilled at camouflage, with their back allowing them to easily blend into rocky surroundings around them. Named after the much smaller daddy longlegs, the mother longlegs is a gigantic spider living on Skull Island. Their legs are razor sharp and can almost be used like spears, as they'll kill prey and then shoot tendrils from their underbelly and then pull them up directly into their stomach. Gross. Zuko is just a baby ape. He's basically a mini Kong. Though he's not that big and powerful right now, he's definitely a scrappy fighter and can still pack a surprising punch for his size. The Mire squid is just like its name suggests, a gigantic super squid that lives on Skull Island. The squid obviously has 8 gigantic powerful tentacles, which it tried to use to overpower Kong. Didn't really work out too well for him though. The Frostvark is like a gigantic Alaskan mole monster, able to quickly burrow through the ice, then launch itself up into the air. It's incredibly powerful, able to shred planes apart with ease, and the Frostvark actually feeds on heat around them. They inhale warm air into their mouth, sucking the heat from objects and causing things to quickly become frozen. The Skull Devil is the largest skull crawler out there, the true alpha of the species. It was able to give Kong a hard-fought fight, nearly overpowered the giant ape and killed him. The Skull Devil is also surprisingly smart, being able to sense traps. It's very quick and powerful with its tongue and prehensile tail. The Ion Dragon is an incredibly powerful monster and is the one responsible for the destruction of the USS Lawton. It's able to easily tear through steel and wreck everything in its path, as well as fly, leaving a glowing trail of radiation while doing so. The Ion Dragon also has no problem squaring off against bigger and more powerful titans either. It's pretty cocky, although that can definitely get the better of him. Nakika is a giant octopus titan, named after an octopus god from mythology and worshipped among the local people. Nakika is actually a pretty peaceful and docile monster. It won't really attack, but when it does, well, it's known to be a bloodthirsty destroyer and has devoured countless ships throughout history. Warbats are winged snake monsters that live deep down in the hollow earth. Massive predators who are even able to give Kong a good fight. They'll use their wings to fly around and suffocate their prey. They're very fast in combat, coiling around their enemies and crushing all the bones in their body. They're also incredibly venomous, injecting over 10,000 gallons of venom with every single bite. Scylla is a gigantic spider titan who was awakened by King Ghidorah. She's surprisingly maneuverable, and can use her massive legs to easily smash through cities or fight other titans. She can also exit her shell at will. While this does leave her more vulnerable to attacks, presumably it would also help her get out of the grasp of another monster. The Kraken lives in the waters surrounding Skull Island, and for a long time has tried to defeat Kong and become the new Alpha Titan on the island. It's evil and ruthless, hell-bent on murdering everything around it, to the point where it'll throw sea creatures up onto the land just to mock Kong that he can't protect them. Of course, for as powerful as the Kraken is, when Kong finally did get into the water to take him on, well, it wasn't really a fight. Sure, the Kraken got a few good hits in, but Kong was quickly able to overpower and kill it. Prehistoric parasites that lived centuries ago, the Muto survived by attacking and killing members of Godzilla's species, then laying their eggs inside their radioactive carcasses. The male Muto is the smaller one out of the two, but makes up for it with its wings and the ability to fly. He's also able to unleash EMP pulses from his claws, and is still an incredibly powerful Titan too, able to fight against Godzilla and even knock him or drag him around when he's caught off guard. One of the many Titans awoken by King Ghidorah, the Behemoth attacked Rio de Janeiro, before finally settling in and claiming its own territory in the Amazon rainforest. Similar to a woolly mammoth, the Behemoth has two massive tusks. It is incredibly large, tough, and powerful. It's also able to emit radiation around him, using this ability to restore massive parts of the rainforest. Kamazatz is a gigantic bat titan who tried to fight against Kong and take over Skull Island. He's strong enough to pick up other titans, then fly them into the air. His flight definitely gives him a distinct aerial advantage in any fight. He also has a biosonic scream, which is powerful enough to shatter apart buildings. It can be used to disorient or even knock out other titans. Methuselah was discovered near Munich, Germany, where he was covered in a forest and actually appeared to be a mountain while lying dormant. He's incredibly large, incredibly tough, and incredibly powerful, but is almost biogeological in nature, constantly blending into his surroundings and disguising himself as an island or a mountain or other landforms. With the amazing ability to level entire cities just by flying around, Rodan was known as a dreaded destroyer by ancient civilizations, who called him the Fire Demon. Rodan is a powerful aerial fighter, able to completely dismantle a whole squadron of fighter jets. He briefly fought against King Ghidorah in the air. He's also able to hold his own against Mothra. Rodan is also known as a biovolcanic titan, meaning he's covered in volcanic rock and an internal combustion of magma flows throughout his whole body. Mothra is a gigantic moth titan, defending the natural world in the ancient past, was even revered as a goddess by ancient civilizations. She's surprisingly powerful, able to beat Rodan in their fight, and comes with stingers, claws, webs, or even a god ray, a beam that acts like a beacon which you can communicate with Godzilla. And that's another thing, Mothra has a symbiotic relationship with Godzilla. And if they're able to combine, well, Godzilla can transform into burning Godzilla. Amulek is a gigantic water monster resembling a mass of plants, logs, and roots. However, in actuality, Amulek is actually just a head and spine. The rest of its body really is a mass of plants held together by telekinesis. He's a powerful titan, able to fight against Behemoth and overpower the monster. And Amulek is even able to send a psychic blast at opponents, potentially even kill them. Once dormant under Stone Mountain in Georgia, Tiamat was awakened by King Ghidorah and began to attack humanity. She's a massively powerful titan, able to have killed a member of Kong's species in the past, was even able to temporarily overpower Godzilla for a little while too. She can manipulate water around her, unleash a toxic breath from her mouth, and can release electricity from her cells, causing the oceans to boil or create electrical superstorms. The female Muto is the more powerful one of its species, able to fight against Godzilla nearly on par, and toss him around several times throughout the fight. She's also constantly surrounded by an EMP field, or sphere of influence, which can disable all electronics within a 5-mile range. Also a very protective mother, and if her hundreds of eggs had successfully hatched, well, she would have unleashed a disastrous number of Mutos capable of destroying the entire world as we know it. The parent superspecies of the two Mutos that Godzilla fought and killed in San Francisco, Muto Prime, revealed himself shortly after we were going to try and take on Godzilla himself. Gradually wearing Godzilla down over several different fights, Muto Prime tried to infect Godzilla with parasitic larvae, potentially creating a whole new set of Mutos that could wipe out all mankind. Thankfully, Godzilla didn't let that happen, was able to defeat Muto Prime, killing the monster once and for all. Scar King is the newest villain in the Monsterverse, and man is he threatening. He's a giant ape like Kong, although more orangutan based, unlike Kong, who's more like a gorilla. He leads a monkey army against the surface world, is even capable to capture a more powerful titan, Shimu, and force her under his control. Scar King is an incredibly fast and agile fighter, able to easily jump around and dodge attacks. He's a very smart and crafty fighter, with his whip slash being the perfect weapon for him to fight with. The last of a race of huge gorilla titans, Kong was born into a war between his race and the vicious Skull Crawlers. As the last of his kind, he ruled over Skull Island, trying his best to end the Skull Crawler threat once and for all. As time went on though, Kong grew and got more and more powerful, to the point where he was able to fight against Godzilla and actually even beat Godzilla for a short while. Kong is easily one of the strongest, most powerful titans that you'll ever see. But what truly sets him apart is just his intelligence. He's regularly able to use weapons and come up with strategies or even lay out traps during a fight, something that is totally unique amongst the other titans. Then with his new Beast Glove, well, Kong is even that much more powerful. He can now lay some devastating hits on an amped up Godzilla. He's even able to unleash electric attacks if he wants to. Mechagodzilla is the first robot titan, created as a robot clone of Godzilla with the goal of ending the reign of the Titans once and for all. However, because Mechagodzilla was linked to King Ghidorah's consciousness, well, King Ghidorah was actually able to go take over, causing Mechagodzilla to go rogue. Mechagodzilla is an incredibly powerful fighter, one of the most powerful titans you'll ever see. In fact, having been created to destroy titans, especially Godzilla, Mechagodzilla was able to easily overpower Godzilla during their fight, nearly kill him, as well as be able to fight against two titans at once. Mechagodzilla has a proton blast similar to Godzilla's atomic blast. It has missile launchers, powerful rocket punches and kicks, and even power and energy to kill nearly anything in its path. One of the most powerful titans out there, Shimu is a legendary ice monster of unstoppable, potentially world-ending powers. After all, this titan is the one responsible for causing the last ice age. She can unleash powerful ice attacks, straight up nearly froze Kong, and did freeze Godzilla, although he was able to break out. The only guy she didn't freeze was King Ghidorah. Ghidorah was actually stuck in the ice from a fight with Godzilla during ancient times, not because of Shimu. Still incredibly powerful. Speaking of King Ghidorah, an evil alien dragon who invaded Earth in the ancient past, King Ghidorah fought against both Godzilla and Mothra before, like we said, being sealed away deep within the ice in Antarctica. But now, centuries later, he's re-emerged, ready to challenge Godzilla for that place as the King of the Titans. Ghidorah is easily one of the most powerful Titans you'll ever see, a true rival for Godzilla in every way, and even able to turn other Titans to submit to his authority. He's bioelectrical in nature, able to unleash gravity beams and bioelectric blast, and even sort of control the weather and atmosphere. He nearly brought about an extinction level event on Earth just by controlling the Earth's atmosphere. King Ghidorah is also surprisingly smart, especially for a Titan. It's one of the few, if any, sort of regenerative powers, able to even regrow its head relatively quickly. But last, but certainly not least, well, it's the true king of all the Titans, Godzilla. He's easily the most powerful Titan out there physically, able to overpower literally every other Titan in his way, even Titans like King Kong, King Ghidorah, Shimu, or Mechagodzilla. He's also easily the toughest out of all the Titans, to the point where he's able to take extinction level events and nuclear bombs actually only amp him up and make him even more powerful. And of course, there's his atomic breath and nuclear powers. Godzilla can straight up incinerate other Titans who get in his way. Nobody is safe from him when he gets going, and he definitely has cemented his case as the most powerful Titan in the Monsterverse. No question about it. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're gonna have thoughts and feelings on this one for sure. If you stuck around this long and made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting us. And if you want to go subscribe, well, go subscribe. You're going to see more videos like this one every single week. I'll see y'all then. I'll see y'all next time.